Hey! Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to A Filthy Talk, or welcome for the first time. If it's your first time, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. This is A Filthy Talk, which is AFL's weekly live panel discussion show. It happens every Friday at 5:30. I'm Trevor Gemma. I'm your host. With me is Roz Young, the back of Kevin Phung and Alain Williams, and serving as fact checker / chat liaison today, the return of the captain of the Starship chat room, Ash Turner. I'm going with that now because I liked it. It's good.
What's that?
The captain of the Starship chat room.
Yeah.
It's good. Anyway. So today we will be talking about video games. But before we get there, what are you drinking, Alain?
I am drinking a lovely glass of the Tin Can Amber Ale from Deep Cove.
Wait, hold for response.
It's good.
Any other adjectives you want to throw in?
It's very good.
Okay, Kevin, what about you, man? What do you got there?
Well, going off my last appearance on here and my fact that I can't smell and probably my taste is a little bit off, what he said.
Oh,
What he said.
same drink you got there?
Same drink. Same
Yeah,
drink.
I think we're all drinking the same thing today.
We are across the board on this amber ale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it's very good. So Roz,
Wait.
Oh, Roz is getting in there.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
It's good, not very good?
Oh, I would go very good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's exquisite.
Ooh.
You
From the
fancy.
man who can't smell it.
Wait. We need to get Trevor in because I don't find this bitter at all.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
So-
To some degree, but maybe not uncomfortably so.
Hit us.
If I don't make an ugly face.
You never make an ugly face, friend. Oh.
No, this is pretty good.
It's
There's a bitter
a little
afternote.
bit earthy.
It is earthy.
Yeah.
It's
I like it.
it's pretty good though.
I feel like I should be drinking out in like a pine forest, looking out over a lake.
Yeah, it tastes like camping beer. It'd be a really good camping beer.
It reminds me a lot of the types of tea I like a earthy, like
Oh yeah, it's definitely got that dark tea like note.
pour kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ash, what you got?
I've got bubbly water that was once within a 10-foot proximity of a lime.
White Claw.
It's White Claw.
You guys, we're getting even better at our White Claw ads. I just
We're doing ads?
Sponsorship incoming.
they don't sponsor us. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like, it tastes like it was near a lime.
Once. Okay, so let's get into video games. Oh wait, no, before we do, just to tell the people at home, today, a couple hours ago, was the premiere of our new sketch Rap House, starring our own Alain Williams. And if you haven't seen it, it's the earworm of December, I'm gonna call it.
Cool.
Yeah, because every time, I hadn't watched it in a while, and now I've had times over the last 3 months where out of nowhere, I'll just like, I hope that you like it and had a good time. Or it's a different part of it, like different sections get stuck in my head, and I'm like, son of a bitch, it just won't go away.
I gotta say, for 3 months after we shot that, I just kept hearing it pop up while at work, and surprisingly catchy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's not that I never believed in you.
No.
But one of the greatest things I've ever listened to.
Oh, I mean, thank you. Don't give me that, but thank you. If I didn't get to make this, a version of that would be still stuck, plagued in my head forever.
Oh yeah.
And because it's out, after we finished it and started editing it and stuff like that, once we had it finished, I forgot about it, but then everyone around me is like, it's in my head and I hate you. And I'm like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm exercised. So now I give that gift to all of you. I hope you enjoy it and have a good laugh.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me before that, in the quiet times that you hear at the office, it was just running through your head?
Well, if I'm at the office, there is no quiet time, so that's automatically just a fallacy.
But yeah,
true
like
fact.
it's really good. Shout out to everybody involved, and the track from Scotty is badass.
Unstoppable. That
yeah,
that
everyone involved.
track, like I gave him like a couple of like pop culture notes that I was like, if you can maybe hit something like that and a little something like that and something like that here, here, and here, and he went, all right, dude, and came back with just this banger of a track, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta step up a bit. Yeah, so it was fun.
The part where he's in the background with him and Ketty and you in the kitchen,
Oh, his
and
stare.
you're like, but my homies.
Yeah, so Rap House, check it out. It's you can watch it now, but we're live. If you're watching this live, don't go there and watch it now. You're gonna miss some stuff. But
Just
watch
create,
it after
just create
this.
a new tab and just
Yeah, new tab. There you
new
go.
tab and watch it after all this is done.
But yeah, so that aside, first thing we gotta talk about is Cyberpunk. We have to.
Yeah, if we're talking video games,
Like, yeah.
All right,
it's
wait,
out.
well, which route did you guys go? I went Street Kid.
I went Corpo.
Obviously, Corpo.
Yeah, and I went Street Kid as well.
We don't have any rep from the
Nomads?
anonymous third team /
Yeah.
what is it in Pokemon? Team Yellow?
Is it Team Ember or something? I don't know. So wait, why did you choose the route you went with?
It's a good question. I think that as we were talking about Cyberpunk as a genre, that punk experience, that like against the man anti-corporate thing speaks the most to me. So I plan on playing all 3 life paths, but that's the story I'm most interested in. And I feel that if I have that storyline front to back before I go Corpo, and if they interweave, I'll be more interested in what Corpo has to offer, knowing everything else is happening.
All right.
That's fair. I go Corpo because I really like to follow the rules, and I just like there being rules and systems of things. And so, like, if I'm going to be a character in D&D, I'm lawful good or lawful evil. Are there even other options? I don't know. Who cares? So of course I was going to be like, who has the most rules? I am in. So that's why I went Corpo.
I feel like I'm the opposite of you in a lot of ways, but like that is especially so.
Whoa, we both love Rosario Dawson.
Oh, no cap, right? Like, yeah, obviously. But like, yeah, I am more of a street kid than I am a corpo for sure. But that's why I went corpo, because it's the most unlike me. And then I like a character that starts one way and evolves into being like, into being the
Right.
punk, into being the
You
anti-establishment.
already knew, because you did a bunch of reading about it. You knew that you were like almost immediately out of this life. So you just wanted to like fall out the window, birds to the corporation.
Yeah, I was into that.
Yeah.
You sound like very good reasons. I just rolled the dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Literally?
Because all 3 of them sound really cool to me. Like, definitely some lean more than the others, but like, I don't like choosing a certain path based off like how I normally feel. Like, I usually do build characters off myself in real life, but this is one game where I decided to just roll a dice and.
So, but did you
And
do
a-
that the whole way through character creation? Or did you build some? So, I guess that's a good question for everybody. Do you build someone who's your first character in Cyberpunk? Did you build that character you always build, or did you build someone new, someone like you? What'd you do? What'd you do?
Built. So I started with a female body, and one of the presets basically is Ash, and I was like, what the hell? So I found her piercing.
Such a
She has weird stuff,
compliment.
and I was just like, but then I
Ooh.
started with Ash as like my base, and then played around with like the tattoos.
So you're a lady type.
Yeah, and then I was like, what does this body look like with a dick? Because you can do that. And then I took it off, and I was like,
How many wieners did you look at?
There's only technically 4 of all because there's either circumcised, uncircumcised, big, or small.
Did you say how many meters did you look at?
Wieners.
Wieners.
Oh,
Wiener.
I was like, I did not see any of those. All right.
Oh, you didn't customize genitals?
Oh, I did, but like I thought you said meters. I was like, I did
No,
not
no.
see that size.
Just dicks.
All right.
Are we talking dicks, huh?
Okay, so that's how you kind of based your character, and then what was the extra influence?
I just wanted it to look. I think I was going purely on like a tough, badass, cool. Like I wanted to lend it to the world, like someone who would be
Yep.
from the streets of the world.
Yeah.
So like I wanted the cool shit, like the
Cybernetics, yeah.
cybernetics in the face. I wanted like some sort of scarification because this person's like been
Seen
through
some
some shit. And rebellious, sort of like I didn't want anything that looked like it could be now.
Ooh.
I wanted to be in 2077, so I was like, what should the future look like?
I always tend to build myself into the game because I just like to think, what would it be like if I was in that situation? But I always play like the good route, like however I end up. But what I absolutely hate, but also love, is when they don't really have much of a choice. As you're playing Street Kid, spoiler alert, in the first 30 minutes, I guess, one of the first things that happens, you get into a car, and as you're driving down, you get stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Someone like pops their head in the window and starts like threatening you. And I was like, how would I react to this? There's only one decision. It's just like, screw this guy, and like you just want to like fight this person. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't expect that kind of reaction, but I guess this is where I am now. And you just kind of have to play it out. And like, I'm not a hard ass in real life.
But that one times out, so the option is this or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you fought? Did you fight?
In that moment,
Yeah.
with the guy's head in the
Yeah.
window, I mean, it's not fight, it's just flip him off, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I flipped him off, yeah.
Because I think in Corpo there's also a chance for us to get into a thing.
I didn't get into a thing.
I didn't either
No.
because I was like, I want someone to.
Oh, okay,
Punch
this
me in the face.
moment's not like a fight, like
Yeah.
it's just a
I
confrontation.
don't know what would happen because I was just like, fuck that guy. I don't give a shit about him. I'm not gonna get into a fight with someone I don't care about.
Yeah.
Did you build dudes or women?
I went-
or blends?
I literally built myself.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Yeah, with
I
weird
tend
eyes.
to
That's
do that
it.
as well, although I was intentionally building a character that I don't intend to play out. I just wanted to get into the game and go through the customization. And also, in most games, if you play as a woman and you have the option, you get way cooler hairstyles than the men, and god damn it.
This
You know what?
this game is actually pretty good about
Is it?
letting everyone kind of have a pick of everything. It's not perfect, but it does a much better job than like other customized character
Talking about
RPGs.
customization,
Yeah.
though, we should talk about, because this came up in the last time we were talking about Cyberpunk, about the bullshit that if you choose your voice, it determines the gender
Oh, your
pronouns.
pronouns.
Yeah.
That's
I
Yeah.
wish that
bullshit.
were a separate,
Really?
Yeah.
slider. I wish that were like a separate option.
It should be,
so that.
but
it-
I mean, it's not. The thing to remember that I talked to Livingston about this, and like I thought the exact same thing is CD Projekt Red is based in Poland.
Yeah.
And Poland is conservative as fuck. So this game for them is way more progressive than like all the kind of options we already have. It's not perfect.
No.
And yes, what it should be is being able to change a pronoun between all the shit.
I'm looking forward
But-
to a big patch.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy patch.
I don't know about that.
Oh
I mean,
no,
you know,
because it's how they
pronouns
treat you,
throughout the
and it
game.
would also
Yeah.
have to include because it's only.
But if you can change the
he,
pronouns
him,
throughout the
and
game
he, or her.
from he, she, and presumably we
Yeah.
can change our voice later
no
if we
they.
wanted to.
Yeah, and
then
there
why
isn't
not-
like a non-binary option
No, there's
and that
no,
kind of
which
stuff,
is so. I mean, it is weird,
Boo.
but
Yeah,
but
it's just it feels
Sure.
it just feels like
yeah.
they wanted to do something interesting, but they didn't. But they had a lot of oversights in regards like someone maybe wasn't there to like
And that's the thing about
guide them and
having
give them.
having your team have your really vast representation on your team.
Yeah.
It just brings you all of these things out the gate.
which
instead
unless
of,
you're hiring outside and bringing a shitload of people to Poland.
But they did.
Did
They also did that too. Like,
Well, maybe they just quashed
the
voices.
Writers
I don't
were like there were a lot of like writers on that team that aren't from Poland, right? That are from like America or
Okay.
England or other countries and things like that. So, I mean, like I don't think it was out of the realm of possibility that someone could tell them, hey, like if you want to do this and do it correctly, and like if you're going to, you should, right? Like
Yeah.
we can.
Wait,
We can
also-
talk about,
But we have a
patches.
work environment where those
Wait.
kinds of voices are heard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean that that's that work environment.
Sure.
It doesn't. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be,
Yeah.
because we're trying to live what we think it should be.
Yeah.
But a lot of places aren't there.
What did you build though?
Oh,
'Cause your character builds are pretty like you gotta type friend.
I have like mechanical types, like what kind of what kind of like action builds and things like that. And I haven't played long enough to really dive into
Did you play a male? Are you playing a male or female?
Like I'm playing like a feminine figure, which is again kind of lending itself to playing like from a different perspective than mine. And
did you also get annoyed that when you're wandering through because this is only about the corpos, but when you're wandering to your boss's office, people are whispering about you, and they're like, "It's that guy's girl," and you're just like, "What? Screw you, buddy! I'm a professional grown-ass woman."
I'll be real. So like
Pull up my gun.
because we're like doing a lot of filming and stuff here. When I get home, I maybe have 2 hours left of like biological and mental energy to give to that game, and then my body shuts down.
Yeah.
So like I unfortunately found myself like really going through those opening hallways pretty quickly. So I didn't catch all of that, or
I feel like because I'm a real explorer and I'm a real social player.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's someone over here. Can I talk to them? Run over to this person. No, okay. But they're gossiping about you. Those gossipy bitches.
I didn't catch any of that in Street Kid. It was all different conversations. I eavesdropped a lot, and there was none of that. You said you had an announcement of some kind you wanted to make.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're talking about Cyberpunk. So I have an announcement. I wrote down some cards so that I can sound official and eloquent about it. This is my camera here. Hello, camera. Hello, camera individual. Sorry, parched. Just.
Alain, look over here occasionally too. Just do it.
What? Do your thing.
Okay. Hi. All right. Okay. Here we are. Hello, Internet. I would like to formally announce that on December 17th, I, Alain Williams, am going to play Cyberpunk 2077 for 24 straight hours on AFL's Twitch channel to raise money for Covenant House Vancouver. You may be asking yourself some questions, and I'm here to answer them. Question 1, why me? I don't know. I'm bad at video games. Question 2, why 24 hours? Again, I don't know, because I am in my mid-30s now and I don't stay up past 10. I'm old and sleepy. Third, you may be asking, why Cyberpunk? Sure, it's the hot new game, but it's got lots of bugs and glitches in it. But that's okay, because as you just heard, I have a stutter, so technically I do too.
Yeah!
In fact, for every bug that I encounter during the 24-hour stream, I will eat 1 Oreo. You may be asking, why Oreos? Because according to the FDA, they're technically vegan.
Technically.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And lastly, you may be asking, why Covenant House? It's because Covenant House is an amazing organization dedicated to the support and advocacy of homeless and at-risk young individuals. In fact, any money that we raise before December 31st will go directly to them and be triple matched by Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are 2 actors that are only known for the film The Green Lantern.
How much have you written on those cards there, bud?
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively may not know who I am, and that's good, because that means they haven't had time to file a restraining order yet. But if there's one thing I know about them, it's what they had to eat last night. If there's 2 things I know about them, it's that they are generous people with deep pockets. So let's help them reach a little bit deeper and give money to a very good cause. Please join me on December 17th for my 24-hour Cyberpunk live Twitch stream. I don't know how I'm going to survive it, but fuck, come watch.
What time are you starting?
I'm gonna start at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And I'm gonna go until 4 p.m. the next day, and then you're never gonna see me again. Now,
Elaine, I just want to say I love you, and can I come feed you while you're playing games? That way we can keep you alive.
as
can
long
sign
as
up
you
for
wear
it.
a mask, yes. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna cut work early and go play Cyberpunk.
Okay.
These are billable hours.
It's a live show. It's a.
Is he? Okay. Wow. Okay. That was a long announcement. I didn't realize it was okay.
Very formal.
Did that really just happen?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming he's coming back, but whatever. We'll just go with the three of us for now.
Cheers to panelists.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Random question about Cyberpunk where we're at it. Let me just take a quick sip.
Yeah.
You ever find, are you guys the type of players who like kind of go into the nooks and crannies and find every box, every item that you can find?
I will be.
Yeah.
I was intentionally for this purpose trying to like get through. I wanted to get through like an actual combat scenario, so I did get far enough along in the street kid thing to like, there's a fight. So, spoiler alert.
Well, so you
A
look
fight
at
a
action,
bit.
you go for it. I just wonder, do you guys ever like kind of do things in the game and just kind of question like how sociopathic that is?
Like when you
It's,
walk
it's
up
like
and
you're
just
like
slap someone random.
It's like objective A to B. You should walk from there to there. You're like, I need to just look over here real quick. Just
that is 100% me.
I look nooks and crannies everywhere.
I feel like that is what is getting me in trouble when we play Among Us, and you guys are all like, "You're the murderer."
So I will
I'm
say
just
this
wandering around.
again is when we do play Among Us is that you often use the excuse, but I know you're crafty enough to use that excuse when you are the imposter, but
I am lost all the time.
Yeah, playing Deep Rock with you, you do not know where you are most of the time.
Do not know. I cannot really read maps. I will pull up the map and then go the wrong direction, and then someone's like, "Where are you going? Don't you have your map up?"
Roz,
and I'll be like,
So I guess
I gotta be
Alain-
honest with you. You are the worst at defending yourself. When
Oh.
someone accuses you and like they try to like name all the different things like, oh, like I saw Roz walking over here. Roz is doing this, and you just like I don't.
There's
doing
there's
that.
been
I
times
was
when
doing that.
we've definitely kicked. Oh, hey, Alex.
Oh, hey, I saw the empty chair.
Oh, okay. Wait, who's
Yeah.
directing?
Shannon, I left Shannon up top.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
But you guys are talking video games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Among Us.
I love that shit.
Are you Mike? Oh, perfect.
You got a mic and a beer.
So
You're
I
in.
guess Alain is not coming back.
No, it's all me.
All right.
Elaine.
Okay, we're just talking about Among Us, and apparently, not defending yourself very well is very sus. So.
Yeah.
Well, oh God. I mean,
Is it not? Hey, I saw you over here. You're like,
I was over
I
there.
wasn't there.
And then
Like,
you're
you can
like-
just start with that.
It's like Randy's always like, "What room were you in?" And I was like, "I don't know, the one with the thing in it."
Randy has been playing way more than us, though.
Yeah.
Randy has like 10 times the experience of all the rest of us.
He knows where
Yeah.
things are and what puzzles are in every room. I don't know that, and I was just there.
Yeah.
And how long it takes to do every puzzle.
And
You know what weirds me out is the fact that he watches it. He'll watch you stand there to do an objective, and if the little objective bar like pops up, he's like, "That's them. All right, they're
that's a good indicator. Oh, that's why the one
That is
time I was
so
making it so
crazy.
you don't update the meter until a meeting.
Oh.
That's so that you can't tell. Like if someone's standing there, you don't see the thing move.
See,
And
that's
also,
yeah.
you could just be standing there not doing anything and watching the meter yourself, and then if it moves, you start moving. And then someone's like, "Oh, they're fine." I
But
saw
now
the
you have
meter
to
move.
think like Randy just to be able to defeat Randy's.
No,
amazingness.
if you're the imposter, you just have to think like an imposter.
Hey, I
I'm
gotta
not
say,
gonna-
Randy's evil. He turned off the lights one time, and like, of course, everyone's like, "Well, we need to turn the lights on before I get murdered." And so everyone piled up, and he walked in and then just murdered someone,
That was an amazing kill.
which was an
That was-
amazing
yeah,
move
that
because
was
like,
really good.
who did it?
Yeah, it's
well,
like we
no,
all saw it, and none of us knew who
The
did
first time I saw that, it was Josh.
it. I feel like Josh might have done it on a stack of like 2 or 3 people, but Randy did it on a stack of like
I
all
learned,
of
I
us.
learned
Yeah.
it off of Randy. I learned it off of Randy.
Yeah, and
it's a
I
good
don't think
move.
we didn't kick him out for it, did we?
No,
We're like,
no.
holy shit,
We-
somebody just died right
He
in front
jumped
of
the
me.
gun and thought it was.
It was me.
No, it's Ash.
I'm the one that died. He
Wait, what?
slaughtered me in a group of people,
you were the
slit
one-
my throat.
I thought you were the imposter.
No, Randy killed me in that
Oh.
group of people.
Oh.
I
And
just,
then-
I
did
don't
you
remember
know it
which
was
game
Randy?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you see the like the
Yeah, you
little
get the little
animation,
animation. Yep.
of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of them were pretty brutal.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was just about
yeah.
to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to take a second to complain about whoever sussed me the other night because it was too suspicious that I hadn't killed anybody.
Yeah, that was me.
What?
That was me. Okay, I will explain my logic there. It was that I was like done my tasks. So I was following you around. I might have like one left, but I was following you around and there was always a third person. And there was a moment when there wasn't a third person and I stayed away from you and I was like, nah. And then another person showed up and I was like, okay. And then you went to go do you were at a wiring task, but in the middle of being at the wiring task, you moved from left to right. And I was like, aha! But you weren't, and I turned everyone against you.
I didn't kill anybody or anything. I just took a small step to the
Took
side.
a step to the left, and it was a very suspicious step to the left.
You moved a pixel, it's you.
You're so accusation forward. You're just like, it's him.
Yeah, no, I get very incensed. I don't know why.
A half-hearted accusation, it means nothing. I mean, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, if you're like, it might be this person because they were doing this, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. Then yeah, but there's been, I don't remember who did it. Someone like called a meeting, was the imposter, and immediately was like, it's this person, and then that person got voted out.
That sounds like a Randy move if I
It was
ever heard
either
one.
Randy or you. Like it was either him or you.
I like that you're just like planting seeds here, so
Yeah.
that later.
So Randy,
It's Randy. Anything.
Wait, can we just all
really
agree
good
that
movie.
Randy is always sus? Like,
Yeah.
Randy's always
100%,
sus. Actually,
absolutely.
well, I'm
His
not
name
gonna.
is Imposter.
I'm not going to say it here, but I know some tells of Randy's.
Randy has
Oh.
a tell.
He's got a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple tells.
I'm not going to announce them because I don't want, because Randy's in the chat and I don't want him to know he has a tell, but he has a
Can you
tell.
tell Randy
Yeah.
I say hi real quick?
You can tell
He
him.
can hear you.
Oh, right, yeah. Randy.
This is live, man.
I gotta say that. Well, it's funny because I tried to bring up Among Us and like play it, like spread it out throughout the company like a while back.
I was actually going to apologize
I got
for
a few-
this today.
Got a few people on it, but the thing was, it just the carry wasn't throughout, so it got to the point where like I just didn't start, like I just stopped, and all of a sudden, Alex, you tried it out, and you're like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah.
And we all started playing it again. I feel really bad because when I first originally brought it on, I invited Shannon to come play with us with my friends, and my friends, I gotta say, they're dicks. They're just dicks, and they're probably watching right now. But essentially, like for some reason, they always just assumed Shannon.
Oh.
And what a weird, interesting outlook on mob mentality. As soon as someone says like, "Hey, I think it's this person," it's like everyone's like, "Why? Why do you think it is?" Oh yeah. That's a really good reason.
Yeah.
Why not jump on the bandwagon?
So-
Yeah, but the
It's
thing
not
was,
me.
we killed Shannon 5 times in a row at the very start of every game.
damn.
You know how unfun that is? I felt horrible after that game. I had to like have
She
a
didn't
drink
want to
after
play with us again for like several weeks after that.
So
You know
who
what? I don't
promised
blame
her
her.
immunity? Who was the one who said she would have immunity? Because
She declared her own
She just
immunity.
declared that? Because she was the killer. Because she did do that as soon as the like crewmates or imposter screen came up. Is when she's like, so I have immunity for 2 rounds because, and I was like, what the hell? And then I was the first one dead, and it was her killing me, and I was like, I went silent, and I was like, motherfucker, what's up?
Because the chat wants to know a little bit about how you react to werewolf. I know it's a different topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Wait.
the same thing. It's the same game.
Yeah.
It's just one of them has tasks to
So
complete
it
because
was
it's a video
Trevor's
game.
first time playing werewolf a little while ago, and we were all together, and we're all like spread out in the room, and we introduced the story for the first time, and he's never played, and he sits down and he's like, "It was you," and he just starts to lose his mind.
I did.
It was amazing. It was so good. I was like, "Are you gonna be okay?" He's like, "It could be anyone. Anyone. It could be you."
Yeah,
so
no,
good.
I got real into it and real. I was doing a lot of like, hey, who do you think it is? And like reading every little thing about a person. Yeah, it was.
Well, it was kind of funny. Like, so a few years back, Via Rail, like the train going across Canada and everything, actually had their 150th birthday, and I was able to snag one of the tickets.
Oh.
Me and a couple of the people I made friends with ended up trying to have a game of werewolf between the 6 of us, and we decided to have another cart because it would have been loud because we were like debating and yelling at each other. And what a great time, because as we were doing this, people who were traversing carts would walk by and they would show up to one person like, it is nighttime. And everyone else's head are like down. And they're like, what ceremony did I just walk into? And we'd have to explain to them, like, I went in on this. Do you want to know how many people end up in that game with me on the train across Canada between Winnipeg and Montreal? 25.
What? That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So imagine, like, it's just like everyone puts their heads down, immediately get up. It was true. Just so many accusations, so much yelling, so much just like someone wanted to pick another person up and like throw them off
And
the train.
strangers.
Yeah.
That's really
So many
oh,
strangers.
wow, that's crazy.
Have you guys also tried Secret Hitler, which I understand is a very similar premise?
Is that an actual game or
Yeah.
just? Oh wow.
I haven't played Werewolf, but I have played Secret Hitler, and it's the same sort of like, hide your identity thing, but the twist is that when you're screaming at each other, it's, don't listen to him, he's a fascist! And then it's fascists versus communists, or something like that.
Interesting.
And that makes for some great name calling as well.
Yeah.
I have not even heard of that till now. But the closest thing I ever played was Avalon.
Oh, that's fun
Which
too.
is a lot of fun, because then you actually have, like, you're supposed to be a Avalon
We
is
should
maybe...
talk about video games.
Yeah,
though.
Right,
This
yes,
isn't the
sorry,
board
video
game.
games.
Okay, well, I was thinking about this just now, actually. It was an evolution of video games, because we're talking about like how we played it in real life, and then we slowly got into
Yeah, and the chat asked the question. They derailed us. This was not our fault.
Damn it, chat.
You give
How
that
about this?
chat.
How about this? What was the first video game you... Sorry, you're about to... You have a...
I was going to ask Alex, because he came here late. Also, it's very nice to have you down here and not up in the booth.
Thank you. I know. I was hoping you'd mention that. This is, what, episode 24?
24. Yeah.
But technically our 25th shoot, because we shot 2 today.
Oh, yes, this is true. Yeah, we did.
And I've never been down here before, except for my one line about EVE Online.
Yeah.
Super happy to be here.
Yeah, buddy. Glad to have you.
Another first for me was, it was actually my first time in my life in a makeup chair.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I loved.
They're great.
I loved the special attention. So thank you to Hair and Makeup.
have to
Super
cast-
happy to be down here. Like, there's been so many times when I just had to interject. We gotta get a setup where I have a microphone up there
And a camera.
can shout into it down
do it.
here. But it's harder than you'd think.
How about a
looked into
PA
it, It's
system?
expensive and it's difficult.
Let's do a PA
Can we
system.
just take that camera and zoom in on you?
No, seriously, let's make you the voice of God.
Yeah.
So if you really want to chime in, you're just like, you're all wrong. God.
All right. Well, back on the topic. What was the first video game you guys ever played?
Oh my god.
Wow. Can I go first? 'Cause
Besides Pac-Man.
Let's go.
any
I
of
gotta
those
think
basic-
about it. Combing through 37 years, accessing.
You got this.
I'm an older model, so it takes a minute.
Mine is called
Rolodex.
Pharaoh's Tomb. It's like a 2D platformer, and I don't know that much about the developer. Again, I would have been 2 or 3 years old, but Pharaoh's Tomb, and then also sitting on my dad's lap while he played Harpoon, the naval simulator. Those would be my earliest video
Holy,
gaming memories.
I've not heard of that one in a long time.
Yeah.
That was before I was born, I think.
Whoa,
How
Kevin,
old are you?
what's
I'm
yours?
32. I feel like this
I was
probably
born in
happened in like.
1992.
Oh yeah, okay, probably.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Way
probably
older
like
than me.
1990 or so that I was sitting on my dad's lap.
Yeah.
When you said 1992, I was like, you're not 18. It took me a second. I went, no, man, that's.
Are you one of those people who tells you like on the 1990s, like 20 years, you're like, oh god.
Yes,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
proved that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I think it's 2010 apparently.
Oh, that's
So-
good year.
We were talking about Cyberpunk. Oh, Pitfall is the first thing I can remember. Like trying to think of like
Oh,
the
yeah.
foggiest memory, and it's fucking Pitfall. It's like,
Yeah.
like it's real low bit.
Oh man, I remember my parents play. My parents would play a lot of games, so I remember them having like old computer stuff that would be really old. Logging in, no graphics. Just playing
Like
games with
text-based?
like text-based games.
Yeah.
C/Sierra/ just to get them booted up.
Yeah.
My first game was Contra 3.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that's like way.
I don't know what my parents were thinking of giving that to me at 4 years old, but it was a great game and I loved it.
Yeah, I think Zork.
It's not like it was exactly
Zork's probably
realistic.
my first game.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, Zork.
Zork. Yeah, it was text-based.
Oh,
Oh no, that's
Zork.
Return
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Zork.
Zork. Yeah.
I do not know Zork. Okay, Cyberpunk. What was your life path of choice?
I also did Corpo. I'm also about 3 or 4 hours into the game as you guys. I will say, I mean, you touched on it already. I'm not going to make the big joke that I was already going to make, but that character select creation, it really took me by surprise.
Oh.
I didn't know I would be given so many options about my downstairs business.
You're not given many options, though.
But the fact,
More than I'm used to. More than I'm used to.
I mean, yeah, it's just, you again.
I mean, more than like you've never been offered before.
you don't, when you pick a lady character though, you don't get
You only
to-
get one.
That's right.
You only get
I was
one.
very thrown off by the fact it's like, oh, you have underwear, and it's like, okay, cool, go down there, and like it was like the next option is like penis. It's like this seems like a huge jump, but fair enough. Okay. Cool.
Ash, what's up?
Ash.
I was just really excited for you guys to get to me about our first video games, and then it never happened. So
I think
had
now's
to
the
raise
time.
my hand.
Now's the time.
It was an old computer game that came out in 1986, and it was called Math Rabbit.
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
absolutely.
Do you remember Math
I
Rabbit?
remember the sequels to it
played
that
that.
we later played
Yes.
in elementary school.
Wait, what are you
Yeah.
saying? Math what?
Math Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Like,
Also, Reader Rabbit?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rabbit.
Okay, never mind.
No,
Never played
I'm
Math Rabbit.
100% with you, Ash. 100%.
And now Ash is good at math.
No.
Okay. So maybe this isn't a commercial for Math Rabbit.
No, get a newer version.
But I feel like we did Cyberpunk before I got here, and that's fine. But another thing that all four of us have at least dabbled in is WoW. Briefly, we even have a freaking guild. Filthy
We have a guild.
Animals.
Alex made a guild because
Oh.
I was like, we gotta have a guild because I'm all about the rules. So we have a guild tabard, and then we'll have like everybody's on the same team, and we gotta be on the same thing. Then you weren't even on the same server.
I blame Livingston for that entirely. I think Bev also. I think,
And Shannon.
I'm pretty sure
Everybody just jumped on their own servers.
I was
for their own reasons.
misinformed that was the server, and then
best-
everyone was on a different
The best
server.
part about us playing WoW was Kevin starting out as a level 1, and then I turn around and he's like 50, and I turn around and he's like 100, and then he shows up to our next dungeon and he's just got this like glowing giant fucking sword, and he's just like, hey guys, what's up? I got all these like
To be
pets and
honest,
stuff now.
to be honest, the amount of WoW that you guys talk about, I thought you guys were at that level. Right? So I was like, I need to step up if I want to catch up. And I'm like, I started playing it, went through all the, because you have subscription time, so you have a limited amount of time to play before you got to pay another round of it. And then I realized I completely over-leveled and over-geared, and then it was just like, just press the button. And that was done. That was it.
crazy,
I had the
that's crazy.
DPS, like the damage per second meter, and I was like, I am overpowering this right now, and I need to step back. Oh, wait.
we were playing with people who were running around. I mean, I'm gonna name names, but Trevor Adams. Would kind of show up and be like, "What's happening, guys? I think I'm a hunter. I don't know what's going on."
That guy pulled so many groups when we tried to do that dungeon run because he was using volley, and hunters aren't supposed to use volley because it pulls extra mobs. Sorry,
Yeah.
TA.
Oh,
I mean, I love you, and please play more games with us.
yeah.
Please come back, Trevor.
But yeah, like we need to get our shit together and get everybody on the same server.
Yes.
Like, how hard can it be?
I
We have a
made-
podcast about video games.
Yeah.
Like, we should be able to do
I
this.
feel like WoW put me in a dark path. This is one of those games where you start playing and like if you do not acknowledge what you're doing, you can't come back from it.
Were we playing last time as soon as quarantine started? Is that what
It was
did
as
it?
soon as
we're
quarantine
we're
started.
all on lockdown.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I
throw
leveled
our
the
lives
character
into MMO.
on the wrong server from the ground up to 76, and then I found out I was on the wrong server, and I went, "Fuck this!" I made a different class when you can just boost to like current level, and I played for a day with some of you guys, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to use this character.
People kind of lost interest, and then everybody was into Animal Crossing, and they were like, "I'm over it. Bye." Very different.
I almost
game.
bought a Switch because of all of you and your Animal Crossing post.
That was fun. It was fun.
I
while it lasted.
almost went and went through the sketchiest routes to get a Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Some guy
cool.
offered me, he was like, hey, I'll sell you for $300 if you meet me over here at the parking lot in the back garage. I was like, why can't you just meet me at the front? He's like, don't. What do you mean, don't? So I opted out of it. So
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And now you're still here.
I'm still here.
There's an alternate timeline where
Yeah.
you're dead,
I'm
not
buried
from
back there right
COVID,
now. So-
but from
with the
switches.
Switch.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Or he's dead. There's another timeline.
Well, what's
Where you
worse,
win.
did you see recently someone actually posted on eBay selling a picture of a PS5?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yes. Shannon and I were just beefing about this
Yeah.
a minute ago. I
And
thought it was
someone
the
bought it.
best idea I've ever seen, and she's like, "Oh, it's super illegal, and eBay will never allow it." But yes, so what they did is they made an eBay listing, and it said, "I am selling a printed-off piece of paper with a picture
Like
of a
it says it in the
PS5 on it."
description?
It says it
If
clearly.
you are a human reading this description, do not buy this.
Oh.
If you are a bot who is just searching for the word PS5 and bidding on everything over $700, this is the listing for you. Sorry, O'Brien. This is the listing for you.
And I love that you just see one sold. And it's just clearly someone fell for it.
Oh.
I don't think it was a person.
Maybe, yeah.
it might have been a
I'm
bot.
on the side of the person who made the listing. Like, good job tricking those bots.
If you could trick a bot like that, well done.
Yeah.
That's great.
And if you buy something on eBay
Because-
without reading the description, like, sorry, I'm
Well,
not
and
sympathetic.
apparently, I just learned recently that the reason that everyone's having so much trouble for getting PS5s and Xboxes this season is because of scalpers using bots to buy them all up.
Oh, yeah.
That's me. We can't get one.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I thought you were to say like you're the one that bought them.
Yeah, it
so-
kind of
I'm a scalper!
All the respect for you.
I am the person looking for a PS5.
Yeah.
But you're sus. You say something, but like it just comes off another way. Anyways, all right, sorry.
You're right.
But no, sorry. I did have a question I wanted to ask you guys actually when you first asked me to come on here was what impact did video games have on you guys like growing up or like
Oh.
when did you get
Whoa.
in? Like, was it a kid like or did you kind of learn it when you were like older? Or?
I started watching my brother play and then playing. I don't remember a time in my life when I wasn't playing video games. Like, I've been playing since I could. I grew up with them from ColecoVision through Atari, through NES, to like onward and upward. I think that my memory only goes back to like once you can't think of like being a baby, and from the time I can remember anything, video games were present. So
Fair enough.
yeah, it's a huge part of my life.
Alex?
Maybe to a detrimental level.
Yeah, this only kind of answers the question, but it does make me want to tell a story. When I was still quite young, like maybe elementary school, grade 4 or 5, I guess my dad probably bought a computer, and it came with this free game called Asheron's Call. Now, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Asheron's Call. It's an MMORPG similar to EverQuest or Dark Age of Camelot. It was out around that time, so first generation MMO. And I was playing that, and I literally did not even know what an MMO was. And when I logged into the game, I was extremely surprised when there were other real people in the game with me.
Oh yeah.
That was something I had never, ever in my life seen before. But what ended up happening is I made a bit of an internet friend, and she was a really great, nice, honest, wholesome person. And we became friends in the game. But what that did for me is my first exposure to strangers on the internet was really positive.
Oh, nice.
And that's not something you see anymore. You log on to Overwatch and it's like people talking shit and swearing at each other and
Yeah.
talking about banging each other's moms. But I got in before that.
It's the biggest problem when I first was like trying to play Battlefront and you're like, just me against Matt, this is fun. And then you play online with other people and you're like, Cheese Puff 74, if you fucking do this one more time, I can't even handle your face right now. Because it is awful, and they'll just yell terrible things at you.
Yeah.
And as a woman playing games sometimes, I don't know how the dudes in WoW know that I'm a lady on the other side, but they will often run over to me and just make the fap noise, and I'm just like,
They do that to everyone.
If you have a feminine name, they will reach out to you. I had my name as Pika one time.
Oh yeah.
Which is a unit of measurement for typography.
Oh.
And someone was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, you got an Instagram?" I was like, what are you trying to do?" He was like, "I thought you were a chick." It was like, "You just ask random people this?" He's like and so I decided to play it with. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a chick." Like, what's a chick? He's like, "Oh,
so you're one of those
What's
guys."
your Instagram?" And I was like, why would I give that to you?"
Yeah.
And I just started like kind of going in this conversation. It just seems like one of those shot in the darks that people take.
Yeah.
Just in the hopes that it works out.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a weird
Hopes
concept.
that it's a positive online interaction.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
But no, I
I
agree.
mean, this was in 1998,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
people had figured out that you can be shitty to each other anonymously.
Yeah.
I mean, something I will say about this Asheron's Call game that you don't see in video games as much anymore is that you were on a server, but it was the same people around you on the server, so your reputation mattered.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore with like World of Warcraft. There's all this cross-realm bullshit, and you might never, ever, ever see the same player twice.
So the
But-
only one I've gotten, I still have stayed mostly, like I was gonna play WoW with you guys because everyone here was playing it.
Yeah.
But the only one I've gone off the deep end was DC Universe Online.
Right.
And originally that game did have 6 distinct servers, and
Yeah.
I was part of one of them. I was on Birthright.
Yeah, you know what I
and,
mean, yeah.
And yeah, it was all about reputation.
Absolutely.
Like what? God, it's like Alliance League. What are they called? Doesn't matter. That group you're with, True Legends, was the group I was with until the leaders of that guild threatened to choke me, and I was like, I don't know how you can do that, but yeah, it was crazy. But like your reputation, like they were worried about like, oh, you need to be online. But I was like, I have to work, you know, like this is a video game.
I think
real
that happens
life.
a lot where you're expected to achieve a certain amount. You know,
Yeah.
WoW does that. You know,
Kind of nuts.
can't be here for the raid, then you're out, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
have things to do, man.
I'm a casual gamer. I may game a lot, but I'm a casual
I feel people
gamer.
take those raids way too seriously.
Way too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've been playing Destiny 2, and in the newest DLC, they had like an event on a Saturday for what like team can beat the new raid first.
Yeah.
And then someone did, and it unlocks a new portion of the game. So they've taken that like mentality and built it into the game, which is
Right.
kind of cool. Because
Yeah.
as soon as the raid is beat by one group of people, then it unlocks stuff for everyone.
That's cool.
Which
Yeah.
is
I
like,
remember
then they
actually
get
when I
really
was playing
excited.
WoW, actually, I was doing one raid. I had met one other person on that game, and him and I just ended up playing video games like WoW for the next like week and a half because I was waiting for you guys to show up, and no one showed up. But regardless
We've
of the
done
fact,
that to you a couple times.
a couple times. That's why I stopped playing WoW.
What?
So,
What?
No,
Wait,
it is, no, let me
okay.
hold on. So we ended up playing this. It was one of the new dungeons that came out, and we're playing and everything, and like we joined it halfway, and there was a weird icon. I do not remember to the day what it is, but it signifies how many times the raid failed.
Oh, okay.
And we had failed like, when we joined in. It was over 10. And the amount of people who would leave afterwards come in is like, what happened here?
Every
Are
time.
you guys okay? Like, what's happening? And the amount of time like, you'd go through the entire thing, and people like, you guys are, no, I'm out. And like, they would leave, and they're the ones who are going to push us forward. I don't know why you stuck through it.
Well, you get
But
to
that was an hour and a half
yeah.
of my life.
I've experienced that in DC Universe where like I've been in a raid that like someone disconnects and then you fail, and then I mean we used to call it Disconnect Universe because in the early incarnations on the PS3, that game just disconnected all the fucking time. Like you'd just be in the middle of something and all of a sudden you'd freeze, and then you'd have to. But like you could, if you got back in within like 10 minutes, you'd still be with that team. But like, yeah, it tracks how long you're in, and like it gets to the point though that if you're just randomly going into a raid and you look at that stat and you're like, you've been in here for an hour and a half, you just exit immediately.
Yeah.
You're like, these people don't know what they're doing, I'm out. Like
But
if you're
some of us
hardcore.
are trying really hard.
I wish I had that
Suck.
hindsight.
Wait.
That's
So
what
the one
chat
that you
is
should be
for.
playing with us, because we are all still playing it, Deep Rock Galactic.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I
Rock and
I
Stone.
have it.
Rock and
you know? I have it now, but like whenever I come on, you guys aren't playing it. So
What? Yeah, we are.
What?
No, you're not.
Oh,
No, you're not.
boyfriend.
Yeah, we
I have
are.
not seen you guys play it in the last 2 weeks.
Are you
Bullshit.
At least not the times I've been.
Are you up
Oh,
before
okay.
noon on the weekend?
No.
Well, that's why.
Morning coffee. Morning coffee on the weekends is Deep Rock time.
Deep Rock Galactic.
It's great. Like,
Okay, so you
oh,
gotta
man.
come with us and do a deep dive. So you have to level a character at least once.
Yeah,
And we do deep dives on the weekend.
Okay. All right, fine.
So
All
good.
right.
it's great times.
I'll wake up early.
Do you know anything about it?
I did play with Trevor and Roz a while, like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But,
You guys, there's an achievement if we play with someone lower level than us. So if
Oh,
we
yeah.
all help Kevin level.
I've already got that, but
Whoa!
you have to.
Is this a pity
No, it's like encouraging you to bring new
Look,
players.
some
to
of
the
us are achievement hunting and some of us are not.
Yeah, we're achievement hunting. We hard. Although I got screwed the other day because me and Roz killed 2 dreadnoughts in under 30 seconds, and she got credit and I didn't. I was like, what the hell?
Your achievement blocked. I don't know why.
Yeah, I also, I've gotten stuff since. But.
Yeah.
I would also, while we're on the topic of achievement hunting, I would like to take a second to call out Roz on camera. Single shot on Roz, please. Roz, when you play Civilization 6 and when you're achievement hunting, what game length do you set?
Oh no.
Regular.
Regular?
Yeah.
You always get your achievements so fast.
I do set it, I will admit, to the easiest level.
Oh, is that?
I set it to settler. When I'm achievement hunting, unless the achievement is to get that achievement at a higher level. So I get extra cash.
That's just gaming.
I get extra cash when I do
Like
stuff.
gaming the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm achievement hunting in particular, where I'm like, I pick an achievement and I'm going to go for it, I'll set it to the easiest level because you can get that achievement on settler.
Okay.
You don't need to play on prince.
I just creeped you on Steam, and I see you get like an achievement at like 204, and then like another one with a different civilization at like 240, and I'm like, wait, what?
Are you talking 2 minutes, 40?
No. It takes hours. But
No,
Okay.
like she'll get a new achievement on a different civ like an hour later,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty sus.
I'm just doing my
Rules
thing.
go to the washroom.
Just finding the loopholes. What?
What are the rules to go to the washroom right now?
Just go. I mean, Alain just left.
Alain just left.
Just remember that you're on
You mute
microphone.
my mic, Chris? In my pose right now, because I need to go.
Just say, O'Brien, mute me.
Hold it.
That's a first. That's a first, man.
I feel like it's not the first set walk-off, though. Oh no,
It's
people
not
have
the
gone
first.
for beers.
It's not the
Yeah,
first
people have gone
walk-off.
for
It's the
beers.
first. Oh my God! Like, and episode 1.
We all knew it was going to happen.
Feel free to go back and watch the very first episode. But both Chris and myself were like, like.
When we have beers available right here, how do you not
Yeah.
just like?
Well, and that was an hour-and-a-half episode.
Yeah,
Like
that's long.
intentionally. So by the end of it, Chris bolted because right before we. Never mind.
I just wanted to say on the achievements for Civ though, because on Civ 6 I was going to be like, I'm going to start Twitch streaming the achievements when I get really close, and I'm like about to like finish all the achievements for the game, and then the game just went fucking crazy and unleashed just a barrage of new content. And then I was like, I can't install it because it's going to be new achievements, and I'm so bummed. And then you were telling me how great it was.
It's so good.
So good. So I just recently got all the content, but it is like hundreds of new achievements, and I'm just like,
I have the game. I played it once and stopped. Should I play more?
I mean, it's for a certain type of person, absolutely. Like, I mean, I always have a TV show on my second monitor when I'm playing.
Oh.
It's like I play it much more passively.
So
I
I
shouldn't.
play it if I'm doing something around the house where like Matt and I are doing something, but because it's turn-based, it pauses. Unlike Deep Rock Galactic, where if you turn around, you come back, you're like, oh, I failed this mission, and I was so close.
I do like being able to pause, though.
Yeah.
I will say, like,
You can't pause in Deep Rock, so
no, that's something that, like, I mean, well, you can if you play solo, but you have to commit to solo, and then no one can join you. Then you can pause.
I've never once played that game
Did you guys
solo.
ever grow up with play games where you were living at home and your parents were like, "Hey, pause pause the game." Dinner time's like, I can't pause it.
Oh yeah.
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 My
Okay,
parents
cool.
are pretty cool about
Not
that
just
kind of
with
stuff.
parents.
Cool.
What about with partners? Like some of us are not with those partners anymore.
When I was
I have no comment on that. I'm single and I've never dealt with that. In my life.
I was dating a girl briefly who, because of my gaming, she called me. I'm glad. I mean, it wouldn't have worked out.
Not just because of the gaming.
She called me and I couldn't answer because I was in a raid, and I was like, I can't answer this right now. And she called me like 3 times within the course of an hour. We finally finished it, and then I called her back. And apparently that was unacceptable. And I was like, what the hell? Or like, I mean, this is something that I do. I can't pause it. And it's
Do
like,
you guys
oh,
have
so
really complicated crossing rules at your house? Because if Matt's playing his game on the TV, and maybe I'm playing Civ, where my game is like whatever, it'll wait for me when I get back. And if I like cross in front of that game without doing the check-in, you know, where you're like, can I cross right now? Or like cross right now? And he's like, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
I wish we did, but Ash doesn't give a fuck.
I goes, where's I wants, when I wants. And you're just gonna have to deal with it. What?
Jason is sitting right there. And Jason, at your house, does Shannon just like cross whatever, and do you lose your mind?
I usually move to PC. Use the back of the house.
PC. Yep.
Feed a cat six to the back of the house. That's not a problem.
Now it's not a problem,
Her and the dog, constantly.
right?
So when I lived at home, like my parents' place and everything, I don't know what was up my internet connection. We had started this interconnection back in like the 90s, and we just never updated it. I tried to like convince my dad, he would refuse. It got to the point where my mom spends a lot of time in the kitchen. Like she's just like, I'm just gonna cook food right now. But it would seem like she spent the entire day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on a weekend just cooking stuff.
Oh.
So every 15 minutes, the microwave, you just hear it going off. And whenever that microwave went off, the Wi-Fi just went to shit. Right? And this is at a time where I was a teenager and I was playing Call of Duty like competitively. I was like, I really want to get into this. People made fun of me for it, but and to be fair, yeah, you're totally right. But when I was playing it, my friends would just watch me disconnect.
Why were they totally right for making fun of you?
Why? Because I should not have been taking Call of Duty that seriously. The first Call of Duty Modern Warfare, sure. Warfare 2, sure. Yeah, it's getting to a point where it's gonna be like Call of Duty 50, like old care tactics. I don't know. I don't care about that. But besides the point, back to the main point. Yeah, anytime my microwave went off, Wi-Fi dead. My friends could not rely on me for anything, and they would make fun of me. It's like, Kev, did you get soup yet? Like, just constant.
But your friends should just know the things you're going to be bad at. When I play Left 4 Dead with people, I'm lost. I'm sorry. Look,
I don't.
The room is complicated. I can't get there. I'm sorry.
As much as I would love to play Left 4 Dead with an actual, I played that on console.
Left 4 Dead is so fun.
I know.
I can't do it.
But
Can't do it.
it sounds like it would be a fucking nightmare with you.
It's not great.
that you need organization. Like you need to know. I just went this way.
You know
oh
what?
shit! You got grabbed by a thing. I'll be there in a second.
We make it work because Matt is not a patient person, and he still plays games with me. So I'm just saying.
Can I answer the crossing question though? You guys know I live alone. I'm single, but I have a sweet kitty named Artemis.
Yeah.
And our rules regarding personal space while gaming.
Your rules.
My rules. Artie, I am not allowed to shoo away Artemis if I am playing a video game.
Really?
Games are for recreation, and I adopted a cat. I didn't adopt a cat so I could ignore her. So if she needs some attention, that might be more important than the game I'm playing. So Artie doesn't get shooed away during games. However, Artie does get shooed away if I'm working. If I'm doing a recording for Drawn and Cornered to make it funny, I'm sitting at my computer. She's gonna walk up and then she's gonna hit the keyboard. So I gotta scare her away.
Huh.
Okay, well, obviously,
Can you identify the problem?
No, it makes
here?
sense. If Artie's gonna sit your keyboard and
She
ruin
doesn't know
everything.
what's work and what's game.
Exactly.
Right?
Artie
Yeah.
has no idea what's work and what's gaming.
The way you handle Artie crossing while you're playing video games, you're a better man than me.
Yeah.
Pick it up, like put it in another room, like just stay there for like 10 minutes. I'll figure this out.
Well,
We'll do something.
I put Nix's like the only space where it's awkward is when I'm gaming with you guys. I'm on my laptop and I'm at like a situation like this. I've got a bit of desk here, and she will walk up on the. Sorry, Nix is my cat. And she'll walk up on the thing if she's really being attention starved. But as soon as I put her bed here, she just comes and chills.
Nice.
And if she is like,
The number
she'll
of
reach out
times.
and
Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go take us out of the show.
Oh,
That was a lot of fun.
thank you.
See you next
Thank
time.
you so much for coming down.
Deep dive this weekend.
Yeah. Same time, same
right,
place.
yeah.
Sorry, when you said when you had to reassure who Nix was, I just imagine myself from a point of view of the cat, where it was like Nix was a child just stepping on your table, just like walking all over you, destroying everything.
I just needed to clarify that I also had a cat. Wow, this is
Oh, this is new.
Oh, hi. Oh, there you go.
Hi.
How's it going?
Just want to come hang out with you guys. An empty chair.
Wait, Alex, what's your game of the year
Oh yeah.
for 2020?
Here.
The Civ 6 expansion pack.
Nice,
What?
nice.
Well, I don't think an expansion pack
Wait,
can
the
win
what?
Game of the Year. Game of the Year.
Game of the year
No,
for
what'd he say?
2020.
A
He says Civ
Civilization
6. It's
6
actually pretty great.
expansion pack.
Whatever, Alex.
Whatever, it's what you're playing that you love. I'm gonna say my game of the year is Animal Crossing, because I would not have hung out with Ash nearly as much digitally remote if we hadn't been playing Animal Crossing during the lockdown. That was a huge
fair.
social outlet for me, and it was really special.
I think it would be interesting for something like Animal Crossing to win Game of the Year, like something like Among Us, like something that's not. When you look at it, it's not a AAA game. It's not the cutting edge of graphics. It's not the cutting edge of game engine. That would be really interesting if something
Right.
like that, because that also. What do you base your criteria on? Is it the best looking game, or is it? I don't know, because
Well,
mean,
I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah, but I saw Matt playing a bunch of it. You played a bunch of games this year. I mean, what would you say? I didn't play Last of Us Part 2.
I think this year, like for what you're saying though, neither did I. But like Animal Crossing brought you guys together because of that. Among Us is like you can have up to 10 people in the same chat and playing together. Like that's probably helping people get through crazy times.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
maybe Game of the Year should be based on that this year. If it was like what game helped me escape the most, it was probably the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Nice.
Because that happened during lockdown, and that's what took
I
me.
watched you play that over the webcam. Yeah.
Holy shit!
You turned
yeah.
your laptop around so I could
Oh,
watch
yeah.
you play, and I was like, let's do it. Bring it on.
Yeah, you
I
just
forgot about
watched
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should just. Yeah, see, this is why I should get on Twitch, because like that's just the easiest thing. But like we were hanging out in happy hours,
Yeah.
and then I was like, you know what, man, I gotta play this game, and you're like, go ahead. I don't know,
Turn the
okay.
laptop, I want to watch it.
Yeah, so
I forgot
turned
about that. Like I walked in on that, and I was like, "What is happening
here?
What is this weird shit?"
I mean, you were like, hey, Kev. It was like, hey.
Yeah.
But no, I would say for me it was, so I play a lot of weird random games with my friends. I have like two friends in particular that I play with on a regular basis. They go by Liza and Minty. If they're
out.
watching.
Go to your cam, bro.
Anyways, the point is, I would say argument of the year was Phasmophobia.
Oh.
Because it was one of those games that kind of, that really, like it really took our attention off of what was happening in the world, and it really just put us in a world where it was just like, let's just get scared and like just collaborate and try to figure out how to solve the problem.
Interesting.
And it really just took us out of the fear of and stress that was happening around us to just really involve
It was
ourselves
really
in a video
special,
game.
the games we shared with each other. Like Alex recommended Prey to me, and I played a ton of that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was super great. A little spooky, but
A little spooky.
I get scared in the dark. I play Scout for a reason, Trevor.
Yeah,
So Animal Crossing, and you say Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia.
Ash?
What?
Oh, it's Animal Crossing for you. What else did you play? You
Oh,
can't-
during lockdown?
It had to be a new
No,
game.
just 2020. Game
Game
of the
that
year.
came out this year. So it can't be Borderlands 2.
I've been really like. Thank you for the recommendation, Roz. I love Borderlands. I love it. Animal Crossing. I also
Borderlands
played,
is one of the best couch co-op games.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Just like
It is.
of all time. Couch co-op, so key. Ah, beautiful.
I also really liked. I played Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fun.
I don't think that was new this year, though.
No. Okay, so Animal Crossing then.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Yeah, you
Wait.
got hardcore into that.
Can I say something to the internet before we close out here? This is more of a This is more of a statement to you producers and everything, and like game publishers, really.
They're listening.
You
Go
have a
ahead.
free resource to everyone on the internet explaining what games they want. Reddit, Imager, whatever it is. There are so many people telling you how to make your games, what they're looking for, what they want to see, and what they would be willing to spend money on. I get that you want to like try to do a quick scheme, loot boxes, blah 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 blah. Kev, that takes too much time. There's just too many mechanics. You could make a lot of money if you just made a good game and spent time on it. Don't just delay it if you need to, but make a good game based off the opinions of the people on the internet who are clearly telling you what they want.
Yeah.
God damn it, EA!
What do you want, Kevin? What do you Kevin want?
I just want a
standing
fucking,
ovation.
I just want a good game. That's it. I don't want a rehash or a sequel. All right, I'm
So
gonna stop.
speaking
Anyways.
of people on the internet sounding off on games they want, Casey made a post recently about wanting a goddamn Mandalorian game that you've already got, because they're doing virtual production, you already have the fucking environments in the Unreal Engine that you could just port. and make it available where you run around as a team of fucking Mandalorians pulling off bounties and shit.
Yeah.
Make that game.
Yeah.
The
Make
Old
it.
Republic is kind of that game.
Yes, it is.
No,
but,
make a
like,
new one based
be
on the
better.
show at the time of the show where you gotta maybe like you gotta take care of little Grogu and make sure he's okay. Yeah, you would play that game.
You got me. I'm in.
Weird plug, but this is actually to the internet as well. Again, on YouTube, there's actually a YouTuber called Nakey Jakey. He has a segment called Games That Should Bang, and he combines two games.
Oh, games that should bang.
Games that should bang, where
I should
he
bang.
combines two types of games, two genres.
Yeah.
That will make incredible things, and he like. It goes into a joking mode and everything, but he actually poses a lot of good points. I literally cannot think of any examples off the top of my head right now. But if you go look him up right now and search what he's doing, he actually has a couple games where he like combines two games and talks about the different features and how they would actually work together really well.
Okay, that could be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Okay.
you're going to play Deep Rock Galactic with us on the weekend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Trevor.
I have one more question that I want to get out there because I put it in the description for this episode. We've got to Game of the Year. It's holiday recommendations, gift ideas. What game would you recommend? Not necessarily the best game of the year. What would you recommend to give to somebody as a gift over the holidays?
Oh, shit. If you have anybody that you are friends with on Steam and they have not played Portal 1 or Portal 2, please send them both of those games.
Whoa!
It's always Portal!
Tell us how you really feel.
No!
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That Spelunky 2.
Sorry.
Spelunky 2. It's a game that's going to keep you quick thinking. You're going to have to like think on the fly. You're going to die. I'll tell you that much. You're just going to have to deal with it and learn.
There's an
That's it.
advertisement. Spelunky 2. You're gonna die.
It's gonna happen.
You don't buy Overcooked unless you want people to break up. But if you do want to sabotage a relationship, that is the game for you.
I would gift people the crap out of Ring Fit Adventure. It's stupid AF. It is ridiculous, but it's an actual RPG, but they do like hit training, and it's actually difficult, and I love it. I would gift it to people.
Oh.
Wait, what's this?
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit
It's
Adventure for the Switch.
It's a fitness game with a
comes
ring
with
and you
the-
press it.
I
You
was got
press it.
murdered for a Switch, Trevor.
Well, get one without the like dodginess. They're more available now.
Okay,
Trust me, I ended up getting one.
sorry. Go, keep going.
I would say, what would I say? You know what? If you can, get him a PS5. If you can, don't get them an Xbox Series X because it's not going to work. Wait. Everybody wait. Don't buy those now. Oh, why did you go over there?
What did you say to me?
Xbox Series X, don't get one. What?
We're gonna have beef now.
Get a PS5.
I'm an Xbox person. Sorry.
Oh, cool. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching, but my Xbox Series X,
Kevin, it is dance fights only on this show.
I was lucky enough to get. I mean, that's not a rule. I was lucky
is
enough to get
now.
both, and I had to return one because it didn't fucking turn on, and it's a common problem. Don't get one.
All right.
Okay.
I'm on PC. I don't care.
We're well over time. Thank everyone for being here. And yeah, so what do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow there is the behind the scenes. The Rap House came out today, part 1 of behind the scenes. Tomorrow we got part 2 of the behind the scenes coming out. Next week we've got Witchcraft Labs props. They made a string winder, and that might sound weird, and it might be weird, but check it out.
It is weird.
Find out what it is, because you're like, what? Why? And then, oh, what's it called? The title is actually Christmasica, I think?
Dav's weird.
You'll find out. It's a Dav thing. It's great. It's bizarre. And then we're back with another episode of Filthy Talk before we go on a break, for a much needed break for 2020 over the holidays. And until then, tune in next week. Stay filthy.